Cubs fans, sit down and buckle up, because what I'm about to reveal will shake you to your very core and explain exactly why our championship window might be slamming shut faster than a Wrigleyville beer stand in the 9th inning of a blowout. Right now, as we sit 4 games behind Milwaukee and watch our division title dreams slip through our fingers like sand, there are 3 stories unfolding that will either ignite your Cubs passion or break your heart into a million pieces. We're talking about front office decisions that will haunt us for years, rookie magic that's rewriting Cubs history books, and superstar struggles that have our entire season hanging by the thinnest of threads. Imagine this nightmare scenario. Your front office had the chance to land a 2-time All-Star slugger who could have transformed our entire championship pursuit, but they chose to play it safe while watching other National League powerhouses get scary good. Picture a rookie, just a rookie, carrying the weight of 108 years of Cubs history on his shoulders, throwing with more poise than Kerry Wood in his prime while making veteran pitchers look like little leaguers. Then envision our biggest offseason acquisition, the guy we traded away prospects for, suddenly looking lost at a plate when we need him most. This isn't just about wins and losses, Cubs fans. This is about the soul-crushing reality of championship windows and the brutal truth that sometimes being practical is just another word for being afraid to go all in when greatness is within reach. This is about a rookie making Cubs history while veterans struggle to find themselves, about front office decisions that separate champions from pretenders, and about the heartbreaking possibility that we might look back on this season and wonder, what if? If your heart isn't already pounding with that familiar Cubs anxiety, then you haven't been paying attention to what's really happening at 1060 West Addison. Because what I'm about to tell you will either convince you that this team can overcome anything or leave you wondering if we just watched our best chance at a championship slip away. Hit that like button if you're ready to face the brutal truth. Drop a comment if you think you can handle what our front office really did at the deadline, and subscribe because Cubs fans deserve to know why our championship dreams are hanging by a thread. But before we dive into the deep end of this emotional roller coaster, answer me this. How do you think it feels when your team had the perfect opportunity to add a game-changing bat, but instead chose to play it safe while watching the Dodgers, Phillies, Mets, and Padres get better? The answer starts with one name that should have been wearing Cubs blue, and when you hear who we could have had, you'll understand exactly why this trade deadline might haunt us forever. Cubs fans, that name is Eugenio Suarez, and losing out on this 2-time All-Star might be the single biggest regret that will keep Jed Hoyer awake at night for years to come. Let me paint you a picture of what could have been, Cubs fans, and prepare to have your heart absolutely shattered. We're talking about a man who's been absolutely crushing baseballs this season. 148 average with an .895 OPS and 36 home runs. 36 home runs, that's not just production. That's the kind of game-changing power that turns good teams into World Series champions. And where has our biggest weakness been all season long? Third base. While Matt Shaw has been struggling with a .644 OPS and just 6 home runs in 246 at-bats, Eugenio Suarez has been putting up all-star numbers that would have instantly transformed our entire lineup. One trade, Cubs fans. One single trade could have taken us from playoff hopefuls to legitimate World Series threats. But here's what makes this even more infuriating. Jed Hoyer was practical to a fault. Practical. When you have a championship window, you don't worry about next year's payroll. You don't hesitate because a player hits free agency in a few months. You go all in, you throw caution to the wind, you make the move that separates champions from almost stories. Instead, we watched from the sidelines while other National League powerhouses got better. The Dodgers, Padres, Phillies, and Mets all made aggressive moves while we added Michael Soroka and some bullpen help. Good moves? Sure. Championship-defining moves? Absolutely not. Think about this, Cubs fans. Replacing Matt Shaw's below-average bat with one of the very best power swings in all of Major League Baseball would have put us much closer to that elusive World Series. Those aren't my words. That's what the experts are saying about the opportunity we let slip away. Suarez wouldn't have just helped our lineup, he would have changed our entire dynamic. Opposing pitchers would have had to attack our order differently. Our young guys would have had protection in the lineup. Our entire approach to October would have been transformed. But Jed Hoyer chose to be practical, when practical wasn't what this moment demanded. He chose to protect prospects when those prospects might never develop into anything close to what Suarez is right now. He He chose tomorrow over today when championship windows don't stay open forever. And now, as we sit 4 games behind Milwaukee and watch our division lead evaporate, we're left wondering if that one decision, that one moment of hesitation, might be the difference between October magic and another winter of wondering what if. But Cubs fans, while our front office played it safe, there's been one man carrying this entire team on his shoulders, and what he's doing is absolutely historic. Cubs fans, that man is Cade Horton. And what this rookie is accomplishing right now isn't just impressive, it's the kind of legendary performance that Cubs fans will be talking about for generations. Let me hit you with a number that will give you chills. 23-1-3 consecutive scoreless innings. That's not just good, Cubs fans. That's the longest scoreless streak by a rookie in Cubs history. We're watching history unfold before our eyes every time this kid takes the mound at Wrigley Field. Picture Wednesday's scene against Cincinnati. The Reds coming off back-to-back wins, thinking they had us right where they wanted us for the sweep. Their starter, Andrew Abbott, had dominated us twice earlier this season, and everything pointed toward another heartbreaking loss that would have sent us reeling even further behind Milwaukee. But then Cade Horton stepped onto that mound and delivered the kind of performance that reminds you why baseball is beautiful. 5 2/3 innings of absolute dominance. 2 hits allowed, 0 walks, 6 strikeouts on just 67 pitches with 56 of them strikes. That's an 83.6% strike rate that would make Greg Maddux proud. This kid isn't just pitching well, Cubs fans. He's pitching with the kind of poise and command that usually takes years to develop. While veterans across baseball are struggling with consistency, our rookie is out there painting corners like he's been doing this for a decade. And here's what makes it even more incredible. Horton improved to 6-3 on the season while single-handedly saving us from getting swept for the first time all year. When the pressure was highest, when our season could have gone completely off the rails, this 22-year-old stepped up and delivered exactly what we needed. By the beautiful irony, Cubs fans, while our front office was too scared to trade for proven veterans like Eugenio Suarez, this rookie was out there proving that sometimes the best solutions come from within. While Jed Hoyer was being practical, Cade Horton was being magnificent. After Horton left the game, our bullpen, Drew Pomeranz, Andrew Kittredge, and Brad Keller, retired all 8 batters they faced. That's the kind of complete team performance that wins championships. Built around a rookie who's carrying himself like a seasoned ace. The Cubs scored 6 runs that day, with Seiya Suzuki and Dansby Swanson hitting leadoff home runs in consecutive innings. Ian Happ added his 16th homer of the season. The offense came alive when it mattered most, but it all started with Horton's dominance on the mound. This is what championship DNA looks like, Cubs fans. While other teams were trading away prospects for veterans, we discovered we already had our ace in our own system. While the front office was playing it safe, Cade Horton was playing like his life depended on it. But here's the cruel twist in our Cubs story. While our rookie is making history, our biggest offseason acquisition is struggling in ways that have us all holding our breath. Us Cubs fans, that acquisition is Kyle Tucker. And watching one of baseball's premier superstars struggle right now is the kind of heartbreak that only Cubs fans truly understand. This is the man we traded prospects for during the offseason. The guy who was supposed to be our missing piece, our championship catalyst. A player so good that Houston couldn't afford to keep him. So talented that we were willing to part with future assets to bring him to Wrigley. And right now, when we need him most, Kyle Tucker is sitting on the bench. Let me break your heart with these numbers, Cubs fans. In his first 5 games of August, Tucker struck out 8 times in just 18 at-bats with only 3 hits. 8 strikeouts! This is a man who's built his entire career on being one of the most disciplined hitters in baseball, and suddenly he's whiffing like a rookie facing Cy Young for the first time. But it gets worse. July wasn't much better. 218 average with a 675 OPS and just 1 home run. 1 home run in an entire month from a guy who's supposed to be our offensive catalyst. And now, with our season hanging in the balance and every game crucial in our chase of Milwaukee, manager Craig Counsell had to make the brutal decision to remove Tucker from the everyday lineup. I feel fine. I don't really know mechanically what potentially could be the issue, Tucker said. And Cubs fans, if that doesn't break your heart, nothing will. Here's a superstar who's always been able to figure things out, always been able to adjust, suddenly lost at the plate when we need him most. Think about the cruel irony here. We have Cade Horton making Cubs history as a rookie, while our veteran superstar can't solve major league pitching. We have a 22-year-old carrying our rotation while a proven all-star sits on the bench trying to find his swing. But here's what makes this even more dramatic, Cubs fans. Tucker is playing in a contract year. He's about to hit free agency, which means every at-bat isn't just about helping the Cubs win, it's about securing his future. The pressure is immense, and right now it's showing. Despite the recent struggles, Tucker still has solid numbers for the season. .901 average, .159 OPS, 18 home runs, and 23 stolen bases over 111 games. These aren't bad numbers, Cubs fans, but they're not the game-changing production we traded for, especially when you consider we could have had Eugenio Suarez's 36 home runs and .895 OPS at third base. Greg Counsell believes in Tucker, saying, "I'm super confident that he's going to get it back going, and he's going to have a great last 50 games. But Cubs fans, confidence doesn't score runs, and right now we're sitting 4 games behind Milwaukee with our biggest offensive weapon searching for answers. This is the brutal reality of championship chases. Sometimes your best players struggle when you need them most, sometimes your rookies carry you when veterans can't, and sometimes the moves you don't make at the trade deadline come back to haunt you. So Cubs fans, as we head into the final stretch of this season that could define our championship window, smash that like button. If you still believe in this team's magic, drop a comment telling me whether you think Kyle Tucker will find his swing in time. And subscribe, because this Cubs story is about to get even more dramatic. We've got a rookie making history, a front office that chose safety over glory, and a superstar trying to rediscover his greatness with a championship on the line. We've got 4 games to make up on Milwaukee and 50 games left to prove that heart and determination can overcome front office mistakes and veteran slumps. The question isn't whether we have the talent, it's whether we have the magic to put it all together when it matters most. And Cubs fans, if there's one thing we know about this franchise, it's that our greatest moments always come when the odds are stacked against us. Are you ready to believe in October magic one more time?